Thank you so much, Taran. Good afternoon to you and to the viewers at home. The African National Congress is celebrating its 113th anniversary tomorrow amid uncertainty about its political future following the decline in the number of votes it got, especially in the last national elections. It got just below 50% for the first time in history. A number of political parties suggest that this party must use this opportunity to reflect and see how this party can turn back to its former self. But now we are joined by Dr. Mike Basopu to unpack this issue. Doctor, thank you so much for joining us. Please talk to us about these issues that the ANC is currently facing. Why is it important, firstly, to celebrate its 113th birthday?
Thank you very much, ma'am. You know, this is an anniversary of the ANC, which reflects the birth of this liberation movement. And therefore, the ANC has a responsibility to reflect and give a stock on the achievement as well as the challenges that the organization envisaged in the process. So that is why this event is very much important. And there is no way the ANC as a liberation movement is supposed to tell the people what it has done all these years of its best.
We do know that traditionally the ANC sets out its priorities and tasks in the January 8th statement. And now, is the statement as important this year as the previous ones?
It is important because the ANC, as much as is part of government, the ANC remains a liberation movement because it has not yet accomplished its mission. Because the mission of the African National Congress is the total liberation of the people of South Africa. But we can safely say that has not yet been achieved, you know. But of course, the ANC has dropped, as we have indicated. But for us as SANCO, our understanding, this is not the end of the world. The struggle continues. Now, which means therefore, in this January 8th statement, the ANC will have to reflect in that context, because we have been taught in this organization that we are fighting the struggle according to the conditions that are prevailing at a particular time. So that's where we are now. And obviously, the ANC will have to reflect on that. And of course, to look at what were the challenges making us to find our way where we are, which is not our mission, you know, to find and come up with a clear program of action. How do you get out of that? So that is the bottom line as far as we're concerned of the statement.
You're saying that the ANC is a liberation movement and its job is far from being done. But currently we see that the people are losing trust in the African National Congress, looking back at the election results. Now, how do you then go about gaining that trust back again?
You know, if we look back at the history of our struggle, there has been always ups and down in this liberation. You can mention the establishment of the PAC in 1959, when the ANC adopted the Freedom Charter as its own program of action and its own policy. You know, the group within the ANC, they pulled out to say the ANC is a sellout because they were challenging the clause which says South Africa belongs to all who live in it. They said no, that they are settlers here. They pulled out. In exile in 1984, there was a fight amongst the guerrillas, the fight within the camps. You know, you can mention the breakaways of COPE, the breakaways of all these organizations. But in all those years, ANC had to sit down and reflect and check where are the problems. And still, the ANC today is still alive. We hope that therefore, even now, the ANC is busy reflecting what went wrong. But of course, we know issues of corruption that we are being accused of, issues of the way we are doing things as leadership, issues of factionalism. The ANC in its renewal project is busy to address those things. And late last year, there's a school foundation course that has been established to ANC to address exactly those issues. So we hope If those programs can be managed properly, the ANC will come out of this situation we find ourselves in.
What is the reason for those programs not to be managed properly? What do you think is the main issue? You do have the program set in place, but seemingly you cannot manage them properly. Why is that so?
Well, as I've indicated to you, ma'am, the issues of factionalism within the ANC, where you will find people are more interested in their own interests rather than being interested in the organization and rather than being interested in the issues of people. So we find our people, especially around the leadership level, we find those challenges in the organization. So as I'm saying, that the ANC has established this renewal project as well as School of Foundation is to address, excel those things. But of course, what we have been taught in this organization is that, in fact, let me start by saying, there's absolutely nothing wrong with the ANC as an organization. All what is wrong is with us as leadership. And what we know, in this organization, leaders will come and go, but ANC will remain. And also, ma'am, I must tell you that the ANC, we like it or not, is the heritage of the people of South Africa. The people have got trust within the ANC because it liberated them. And therefore, if we can try intensify this renewal project and do all these things of this, getting away of these people that are doing wrongs in the organization, I can tell you tomorrow, the trust of the people will come back to this organization.
Your message to the ANC leadership and its members?
Well, all I can say to the leadership of the ANC, here we are. For us as a liberation movement, that means the ANC and us as the alliance, the outcome of those elections is a wake-up call. We are supposed to change the way we are doing things. We are supposed to do things differently, to adhere to the founding principle of this organization, that of integrity, selflessness, and also uniting the people of South Africa, uniting the organization, as well as building a strong alliance. In so doing, in my view, things can change.
Thank you so much, Doc.
Thanks.
Well, that is Dr. Mike Basopu, an NC veteran, saying that the African National Congress job is far from being done. It is a liberation movement, so that they are going to continue liberating the people of South Africa, and saying that even though the African National Congress got below 50% in the elections last year, but people still do trust the African National Congress. He says all they need to do is to reflect and sort out the issues within the party, and therefore the party will thrive again.